Yeah, first time I smoked. I don't suggest this, but I was 13. Yeah, 13, 12 or 13.
You know, there's a short life in
Why
the
do you
acting
think that
world.
is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take. You're going through so much to try and deal with life.
Justin Bieber has broken his silence in a shocking courtroom revelation that could shatter the foundations of the music industry. In a bombshell federal trial, Bieber reportedly testified against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, detailing disturbing claims of manipulation, exploitation, and dark secrets hidden behind their once close relationship. Sources say Bieber described years of psychological control and hidden abuse. This isn't just a celebrity scandal, it's a devastating reckoning that may bring Diddy's empire crashing down and change Hollywood forever. Asterisk, 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 asterisk.
It was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do.
We are talking about Justin Bieber, once the golden boy of pop music, now stepping into the public arena as the star witness in a high-profile case that could change you. Sources close to the case described Bieber's testimony as deeply troubling. He spoke off incidents that allegedly took place his teenage years when he was still navigating the whirlwind of Diddy, who at the time was a towering figure in the industry, had taken Bieber under his wing, or so it seemed beneath the surface. Bieber now claims lay a far darker story and isn't just about words. The trial has also brought forward chilling rumors of physical evidence, including a secret network of surveillance cameras allegedly installed in Diddy's homes and events. These cameras, according to whispers from insiders, captured footage of everyone who attended the celebrities, rising stars, and most disturbingly vulnerable teenagers. Like, the question haunting every Anano is what exactly was caught on the how many lives were destroyed and how many secrets will finally see the light of day.
It is the most clear cry for help that Justin Bieber has posted. And he's been posting a lot of things that you've heard fans that they're very alarmed and they think that he needs to get help. But this one there's nothing cryptic about it. Justin posted a message to everyone who's concerned about him, I guess. He said, "People keep telling me to heal. Don't you think if I could have fixed myself, I would have already?"
For Justin Bieber, the weight of these allegations has been crushing. Over the years, fans have witnessed his public breakdowns, battles with addiction, and emotional interviews hinting at a troubled past. But now it's becoming clear that much of that pain may have stemmed from his time under the influence of Sean Diddy Combs. People don't know how serious it got. Bieber once confided in a magazine interview, "It was scary," with his recent decision to testify in a federal trial. Bieber appears ready to confront those dark memories head-on. The trial has also cast a harsh spotlight on Diddy's infamous puffy camps, which were once marketed as mentorship retreats for rising artists. Bieber alleges these gatherings were far from innocent. He claims they served as grooming grounds where young talent was emotionally manipulated and exploited under the guise of professional growth. Bieber wasn't alone. Other stars like Usher have alluded to troubling experiences at these camps, though they've stopped short of full disclosure. Now, Bieber's courageous testimony may open the floodgates, giving others the strength to finally speak their truth and potentially dismantle a powerful empire built on silence.
you are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card.
The mounting evidence against Sean Diddy Combs is impossible to ignore. Federal agents recently raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami, seizing electronics, documents, and over 1,000 bottles of lubricating oil. Shocking details have emerged, linking Diddy to secretive freak-offs, elaborate parties prosecutors claim involve staged performances with celebrities and vulnerable individuals allegedly coerced into disturbing, compromising situations. The investigation is rapidly unraveling a deeply hidden, dark network.
Card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying.
And this isn't just hearsay. Multiple witnesses have described the freak-offs as chaotic, drug-fueled gatherings where boundaries were shattered and nothing was off. A former associate even alleged that these events were secretly filmed without participants' consent. If those recordings exist, they could be the smoking gun that seals Diddy's fate. But here's the twist. Some tapes reportedly feature high-profile celebrities sparking panic behind the scenes. The fallout could be catastrophic, not just for Diddy, but for the entire music industry's inner circle.
What I think he's saying, and you look, we spent a lot of time on a new documentary that's on YouTube now called
What Happened to Justin
What
Bieber?
Happened to Justin Bieber? And, you know, my view of this, after especially talking with people in his world, people on his side, is that Justin has had these mental issues for a long, long time that he's been struggling with.
Justin Bieber's emotional state has become a central focus in this explosive saga. Once adored as the innocent boy next door with a golden voice, he's now a man grappling with deep emotional scars. Insiders close to him reveal he's battled depression and has long struggled to process his past. It's been years of silence, years of trying to move on, said a source who's worked closely with Bieber. But eventually, you can't run from it anymore. His decision to testify isn't just personal. It's a bold stand for justice and a voice for others who may have suffered in silence. The courtroom has evolved into the stage for a much broader reckoning, spotlighting the unchecked power dynamics within the music industry, an industry that has historically shielded its biggest stars. As one legal expert chillingly put it, this case has the potential to become another Epstein or R. Kelly moment. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is fighting hard to discredit the accusations, calling them baseless and labeling the case a witch hunt, but their defense is losing weight under the crush of mounting evidence and testimony. Diddy himself has remained stoic in court, occasionally nodding at family members in a show of calm. But behind closed doors, sources claim he's spiraling. With bail denied twice, he now faces the harsh reality of life inside a notorious Brooklyn detention center, an institution known for its violence and corruption. The image of the untouchable mogul is quickly crumbling, and the industry is holding its breath.
That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once go fluid, shoot.
As the trial intensifies, new rumors are bubbling beneath the surface whispers of panic spreading across the upper echelons of the music industry. Executives are reportedly scrambling to cover their tracks, terrified they might be next. At least 5 major industry figures are said to be under internal review by their own companies in what appears to be a desperate move to protect corporate reputations from the looming fallout. And then comes the chilling question. Who else might be dragged into the spotlight? Could more witnesses come forward? Could more secret tapes surface? The very possibility is sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Amid the chaos, Justin Bieber's story looms like a storm cloud. His courageous decision to testify has transformed him into more than a pop star. He's become a symbol of resistance, a voice for the voiceless, but it's also left fans with unsettling questions. What else has he been hiding? This is the same Bieber who once shared videos of himself laughing with Diddy, calling it a dream come true. Those once innocent moments are now viewed through a far more disturbing lens.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at it.
And let's not overlook the eerie silence from some of Justin Bieber's closest peers. Usher, who also shared a close relationship with Diddy during his teenage years, has stayed notably in a resurfaced interview. Usher confirmed attending Diddy's infamous camps, but refused to go into detail. When asked if he'd ever sent his own children to one, his response was chillingly clariform, resounding, "Hell no."
Will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
But what about the others, the unnamed stars who attended those parties, those camps, those so-called mentorship retreats? How many of them are now silently wrestling with their own memories, questioning whether they too were victims? And how many remain quiet, paralyzed by fear of what might surface next? We're only beginning to scratch the surface of this sprawling scandal. The courtroom bombshells, the hidden tapes, the whispers of more survivors waiting to be heard all point to a reckoning that could reshape the entertainment industry as we know it. And at the very heart of it stands Justin Bieber. Once seen as just another pop star, he has now become the face of a painful truth, choosing to speak out no matter the cost.
Now to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept.
Diddy's arrest has shattered the long-standing illusion of the glamorous, untouchable world of the music industry, revealing cracks that were carefully hidden for decades. For years, his empire symbolized success, a fortress built on lavish parties, powerful industry ties, and star-studded collaborations that painted him as invincible. But now, Prosecutors allege that behind the luxury was something far darker, a calculated system of control, manipulation, and exploitation. And if the whispers are true, this trial isn't just about Diddy, it's about an entire industry on the brink. Executives, artists, and insiders are reportedly in a state of panic, scrambling to distance themselves from one of their most powerful figures, fearing what might come next. Sources close to the investigation say at least 6 major names could surface in connection to Diddy's infamous freak-offs, secretive events that, according to court documents, weren't just wild parties, but orchestrated gatherings where boundaries were erased, trust was broken, and lives were forever changed. As federal investigators dig deeper, the once glossy facade of the entertainment world is beginning to crumble. The big question now is, who else was complicit? Who knew and stayed silent? And who might be the next to face the spotlight in a scandal that could rock the industry to its core?
I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that because the man card means everything.
Perhaps the most chilling element of this unraveling scandal is the alleged surveillance network Diddy reportedly used to control those around him. Hidden cameras were said to be strategically placed throughout his homes and at private events, secretly recording stars, exits, and even close friends so fun without their knowledge. Insiders claim these recordings weren't just for personal use, but a form of leverage, a powerful tool to keep people silent, obedient, and firmly under Diddy's influence. The mere possibility of what could be on those tapes has sent a wave of panic through Hollywood. What if they resurface? How many careers, reputations, and lives could be destroyed in a heartbeat? And the most terrifying question of all, how deep does this go?
Are you done with Hollywood because of this specific reason?
I'm still working. I still, I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the Chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents, whether they evaluate it or not.
The silence from the music industry is deafening. For years, Sean Diddy Combs was hailed as a vision mogul who built an empire and used his influence to elevate others. But now, as disturbing allegations surface, his legacy is being re-examined through a far darker lens. The public wants answers. How many people knew what was happening behind closed doors? How many played along? And how many are now scrambling to rewrite their narratives before the truth exposes them? Justin Bieber's testimony has marked a powerful turning point, but not without immense personal cost. Insiders reveal he's been emotionally drained, struggling with the trauma of revisiting memories he fought hard to bury. For Bieber, this wasn't just about seeking justice, it was about reclaiming his own story, taking back the voice he lost in silence. His bravery has cracked open the gates. Others are beginning to step forward, hinting at a widespread pattern of abuse and manipulation that extends far beyond one man. This isn't just Diddy's downfall, it's the unraveling of an entire system. The allegations paint a picture of unchecked power, systemic cover-ups, and a culture that prioritized fame and fortune over accountability. With the trial now underway, the industry is being forced to confront its darkest truths. How many red flags were ignored? How many victims were silenced to protect the brand? And just how many more stories are still buried, waiting to be told. What happens next could redefine the future of the entertainment world.
So we just got this new audio from the Diddy trial, and it is pretty explosive. This is audio of a voicemail that Diddy left to the Jane Doe who's been testifying in this trial for the last couple days. And he sounds really annoyed. He's talking about her maybe giving him the silent treatment. And his response is, I got a busy life. I can't be dealing with your silent treatment. And we got to keep it moving.
For years, Diddy's name was a symbol of success, and excesses. Legendary annual white parties drew the biggest names from Hollywood, music, and beyond. But now, those once glamorous events are being re-examined under a disturbing new light. Several guests have come forward with unsettling accounts, describing an environment where boundaries were blurred and silence was expected. Some claim they were pressured to sign strict NDA agreements upon arrival, while others recall witnessing things that left them deeply uncomfortable, yet unsure how to speak up. And looming over it all is the chilling question of the tapes. If those rumored recordings exist, they could be the key to exposing not only Diddy's alleged abuses, but the culture of silence that enabled them.
Continue to engage in all these freak-offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening.
Coming out. It's so funny what's happening with Diddy because this was inevitable.
Even as the walls close in, there are still those defending Sean Diddy Combs. Supporters claim the allegations are exaggerated, arguing he's being targeted for his success and influence. His legal team has portrayed him as a misunderstood figure, a public icon whose flaws are being unfairly weaponized. But as more evidence surfaces, that narrative grows harder to maintain. The stories are too specific, the details too consistent, and the cracks in Diddy's defense are widening with each passing day. One of the most heartbreaking elements of this case is the betrayal felt by those who once trusted him. Justin Bieber's emotional testimony stands as a powerful reminder of the human cost of unchecked power. Once a wide-eyed teenager eager to prove himself, Bieber now finds himself at the center of a legal battle with far-reaching consequences. While his courage has inspired others to come forward, it has also left him vulnerable. Insiders say he's relying heavily on his inner circle to cope with the emotional toll, trying to balance the pain of his past with the weight of public scrutiny. But Bieber's story is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. As the trial unfolds, the focus is shifting to the broader issues about the culture of power, privilege, and silence that has long shielded the entertainment industry's darkest secrets. Whispers of more lawsuits are growing louder. Keyed artists and insiders are scrambling to protect themselves, with some quietly settling disputes to avoid the spotlight. This trial is more than a scandal, it's a reckoning. If Diddy is convicted, the fallout could reshape the industry forever. The world is watching, demanding accountability. Will the truth finally prevail? Or will silence win again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant,